Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents with another fragrance review. Today I'm taking a look at a new release from Dolce Gabbana. It's their new summer flanker to their light blue line for men, this light blue sun. I'm going to do a quick breakdown on how the fragrance smells to me, how it performs, when you might wear this, which should be kind of obvious, and let you know whether it's something that I think you should pick up or not. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Now I gotta let you guys know, I did not buy this as a full presentation. I bought this as a tester. So that means no presentation part of this video. I know, it's very sad. Sometimes when I buy fragrances, the tester is just so much cheaper than the full presentation that I don't really care and I just go with the tester. Because truth be told, I do not sit there all day and stare at my boxes that my fragrances came in. Honestly, unless it's just a really cool presentation, you know, something fantastic, I don't care about the presentation, or at least the box part. The bottle is a little bit more important because I have my bottle sitting out here, and you know, if they look really nice, I kind of like that a little bit more. It's a little more appealing to the eye, and also the glass and everything makes it more interesting. Box-wise though, I really don't care that much. This one, like I said, is a tester, who cares? The actual box looks like this. So, that's what it looks like. If you buy the full presentation, that's what you're gonna get. Now, just quickly about the fragrance bottle and the fragrance coloration, I do like that. And honestly, I like the way this box looks. I just wasn't gonna pay $20 for a box. You're gonna get a couple close-ups of this bottle during this video so you can see it a little bit closer. Like I said, I like the presentation on the box. I do like the presentation of the bottle. It's just a standard light blue bottle, but I like the coloration. I like the way it looks. So now let's talk about the fragrance here. This one, I had high hopes going in. I really did. I covered this on This Week in Fragrance back a number of months ago when this was first announced, and I was looking forward to it. I really was. Some of you will remember that I reviewed Italian Zest last year, which was the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Flanker for 2018. And I've gotta be honest, I don't like that fragrance. That's what I said in the review. I still don't like that fragrance. I don't think it's very good. It's one of the worst light blue flankers I've ever smelled, if not the worst. But I was hoping that this one was going to be better than that one. And it is. So technically this has a grapefruit and bergamot combo off the top. That's the citrus notes that they've included here. But when you smell them together, it comes across smelling more like a sweet orange. And I don't know if it's because of the coloration of the fragrance here, it's kind of tricking me into smelling that and going, oh, that's an orange. But that's how it smells to me. This one has a fresh, slightly zesty citrus opening that's really nice and enjoyable. There's a coconut undertone in this fragrance. It gets talked about a lot actually, the coconut in here. It sits underneath the citrus in the opening and gives you like a slight, very slight sunscreen kind of feeling, or suntan lotion. And there are also some ozonic notes here, which give the fragrance a little bit of an airy feel. It does dry down off my skin really quickly, maybe 30 to 40 minutes it's hit the full dry down at that point. And once you hit the full dry down, it's just basically a clean white musk fragrance. Are there some other things going on there with the musk? Sure. There's a little bit of that remnant of the citrus and the coconut from the opening. There's a light amount of moss, some light woods, but really at its heart, it's a basic clean white musk in the dry down. So for me, this fragrance is most interesting in the opening and as it heads into the mid. When you've got that fresh, zesty citrus that smells again a bit like a sweet orange, mixing with the ozonic notes, and then the little bit of coconut that you can pick up that gives it that sunscreen kind of undercurrent. It's most interesting then. Once it hits the full dry down, in my opinion, it's really basic. And that's not that it smells bad, it just smells boring. So I guess I'll put on my hater blockers, because I know that this one has gotten a lot of love. A lot of people say that this is an awesome, fantastic, amazing summer fragrance, you know, one of the best summer fragrances in years. I am not getting that. Doesn't necessarily smell bad, it's just once it hits the full dry down, it is uninspired or uninspiring, whatever. That being said, at this point, I would wear Sun over the original light blue Pour Homme because that one to me is a bit played out. It's a little older at this point, you know, it just doesn't really do anything for me. And since this one is newer and I haven't smelled it as much, I would pick this one over that one. Like if you were gonna give me the option to smell like this one or smell like the original light blue, I would pick this one. And this one is definitely better than Italian Zest from last year, so I would pick this one over Italian Zest. But if we're talking about light blue flankers, recent light blue flankers, and which one I think is the best, I would say Oh Intense. I would say that's probably the last light blue flanker that I smelled that I thought was a pretty good fragrance. So I would pick Oh Intense over this one if I had the choice between the two. Now longevity wise, this one does not really do it for me. I've been getting about 4 to 5 hours of longevity, and once I hit 4 hours at that point, it's a really faint skin scent. Now I'm not gonna rag on it too much for that because this is a summertime fragrance. A lot of times summertime fragrances are not great performers, but for me this one does die down pretty quickly. Projection is best in the first 30 to 40 minutes. And at that point, once it starts to hit that dry down and the musk really starts to come out more and the citrus dies away, the projection dies away with it. As far as when you would wear this, should be pretty obvious. This is gonna be a summertime fragrance for daytime wear. This is more of a casual fragrance, obviously not something formal. This is something that you're gonna grab and spray and go when it's hot outside. I mean, the name on the bottle is Sun. It's something you would wear when it's nice and sunny outside. It's not really rocket science, I guess. One more thing that I'll say about this fragrance, even though I've ragged on it, saying that it's basic when it hits the dry down, which I do think it is. It comes across that way to me. It smells better in the air. So what I mean by that is if you spray this on, it's not gonna smell as well if you smell this one really close up. So if you put your nose right up to your skin, if you have somebody else put their nose right up to your skin, like so, it doesn't come across that nice. That's when it starts to come across a little more chemically, potentially a little bit more synthetic. It just is not as nice. I had my wife smell it up close and she did not like it at all. Opening or the dry down. She especially disliked the dry down. But if you're moving around, if you're outside, if you're mingling, if the wind is maybe carrying the fragrance, if you've got that little scent cloud in the first 30 to 40 minutes and you walk by somebody and they pick it up then, that's when you're gonna get compliments with this one. That's when it smells best, when it's kind of wafting through the air around you. Up really close, it's not that nice. Or at least not as nice as it is in the air. One thing I will say about this fragrance though is that it has grown on me. For the past week, I've been wearing this fragrance off and on because again, the projection longevity is not amazing off my skin, but I've been wearing it off and on for about a week and it has grown on me. Originally, the first probably 3 times I wore the fragrance, I thought it sucked. Just straight up sucked. I still thought it was better than Italian Zest, but I didn't think it was a good fragrance basically at all. So over time, over multiple wearings, I've come to appreciate it more. I still don't think it's great. I still think it's pretty boring once it hits the dry down, but I will say that much, that it has grown on me. So I guess there is a small possibility that over time I wear it more and eventually grows on me to the point that I really, really like it. But as of right now, that's where it stands. So in my opinion, this is not one that you should run out and buy. This is one that you should definitely try. Try it off skin because Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Italian Zest was really good off of the tester strip and then off my skin was horrible. This one, better than Italian Zest, but still try it off skin because sometimes these fragrances can be a little tricky and they'll smell one way off paper and then when you wear it, something completely different happens and it just does not work for whatever reason. Do not pay full retail for this. Wait for this to come to discounters, scoop it up then, because historically, light blue flankers, after they're on the market for a little while, hit discounters and you can usually pick them up in the $50 range, sometimes less. Websites that you want to be on the lookout for in terms of picking this up as soon as possible are going to be fragrancebuy.ca, which is where I picked this up, FragranceNet, or Fragrance X. I'd say as of this video, your best bet probably is Fragrance Buy of those 3. If you've smelled this one, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you guys again next time.